Hi, I wanted to start this video off with a quote, and it is, "Control oil and you control nations. Control food and you control the people." It's Henry Kissinger. I recently watched a documentary called Dying in Abundance, Securing World Food Supply, and it revealed to me yet another startling reality that goes on in this world without us really knowing or having to know or having to be accountable for or having to care about. But it's very real and it's happening, and um, in the process that I'm in of educating myself about what's really going on in terms of how the world is functioning the way it is and how we're able to live the way we do, uh, I happened upon this documentary and I want to share it, and I also want to share a solution, a proposal for a solution to it. So the documentary was about food being bought and sold as a commodity in a market, like a stock exchange. Um, and there are a lot of excuses as to why the price of food has gone up. Um, and the excuses that are used, such as weather, global warming, supply demand, do in fact affect food prices, but not at the unprecedented rate, which is in the past 2 years the price of rice has increased 217%, corn has increased 125%, and the cost of soy has increased 107%. These food items are basic, they're basic needs, and a huge percentage of the world's population depends on these basic needs and can't afford them anyways. For them to increase in price 217% for those people means starvation, starving to death because of, not because of a lack of food, but because of a lack of the ability to buy that food. Whereas in developed countries, these percentages translate into spending an extra couple of dollars at the grocery store, maybe having to eat out less, whereas the outflows of this are absolutely devastating to most of the world. So 9 children die from malnutrition every minute. People are profiting off of this in the billions of dollars. As I said, this is a market, so they do say the market fluctuates. The price will go down, it will get to a low level, and then it will go back up, it will get to a high level, it will plateau and come back down again. Meaning the market does have some limitations in terms of controlling the price, keeping it somewhere in the middle between those fluctuations. However, even though it corrects itself, in those slow fluctuations, time passes. And for example, within one fluctuation, 75 million people were added to the figures of starving people globally. So even though there's enough food on the planet and production is at its highest point ever, this is still going on. The fluctuation of the market is due to speculation, not drought, not supply demand, not environmental changes, and not due to global warming. Speculation is human activity. It's the guessing game played by speculators, whose only aim is to make money off of the movement of money, the very movement that they themselves are causing. If you watch this documentary, you'll see before your very eyes exactly how a human being becomes something other than human when it comes to validating his desire for profit and the actions he takes to gain profit. When you watch this documentary, think about yourself, or even right now, just watching my video. Think about the justifications, validations, denial, and belief that take place in your mind when it comes to explaining why you are not doing everything possible to end this madness of human greed. There is a solution out there, and it's the equal money system. It's a proposal which entails a system providing the basic necessities of food, water, shelter, medical support, education, and transportation, along with a parallel system for luxuries such as entertainment, etc. This system is quite possible, as there are enough resources and there is enough food to go around. If the 9 children who die each minute were dying on your front lawn, you would do something. Or, should I say, for those who still have something human left in them somewhere and can hear me and are not brainwashed consumers, but for those humans left among us who can hear me, if those kids were dying on your front lawn, your priorities would change really fast. So access that same sense of urgency by utilizing your capacity for empathy without having to see it first for yourself. Out of sight, out of mind is for infants who don't yet understand how reality functions. We are billions of grown adults. We know better than this. The Equal Money System is a grassroots organization composed of human beings who have removed the layers of justification, validation, beliefs, and denial only to find their own humanity, and therefore their responsibility to humanity as such. We want to go into politics so that we can rewrite the rules. We want to take every single person into consideration so that humans can finally be the true custodians of the earth, to begin the healing process that will be necessary to undo all the environmental abuse we have allowed to take place in our name. Food is not a commodity to be negotiated and hoarded by a few wealthy corporations while millions die of starvation, while the current rules bring back market equilibrium. Nobody has the right to make these kind of rules. So check out the Equal Money System to see how a legal, political, democratic, economic solution is the most practical way to start feeding our children, to start tending to our sick, and to start educating our future. This solution will be viable in 10 years. If you want to do something now, help us introduce the solution into the conscious mind of man. You can do this by doing research to reveal what's really going on right now under our noses. Help promote the Equal Money System through online media, through social media. This is where the people have a voice. It's really an amazing tool. So let's show the world what mankind is capable of when given the right tools. Thank you.